Good morning everybody, and welcome to Thursday morning's live stroll with Azra. Listen to all this bird song around me this morning. They're in fine form, aren't they? What a lovely start to the day. So weather report this morning, it is a very chilly 2 degrees, no breeze, no rain, not like yesterday, so it's reasonably comfortable at the moment. Obviously it could be a bit warmer. Positive news is Mallorca, if you believe what the weatherman is saying, and a lot of the apps are now falling into line. Sunday might be a bit iffy when we arrive, but the rest of the week is supposed to be in the 20s every day. So if that is the case, that will be lovely. That's not quite going in the sea and in the swimming pool sort of heat. But you can still have shorts and t-shirt on, sit out, enjoy the world, and then whatever else, catch a little bit of colour. Anyway, so what's everybody up to today? Normal work day, school day, nothing day. Are you on holiday? Are you going on holiday? Where are you watching us from? What time is it there? All the normal questions we like to ask before we move on. So yesterday for me was a fairly normal day really. Did this yesterday morning. Work. And then I'd already said to Julia, we need to make a start on the washing yesterday, as in Wednesday. Because usually we make a start on it sort of Thursday night into Friday morning. And what I didn't want was loads of washing sort of still wet when before we go away. I don't like leaving it all hanging up. So we did, I reckon last night must have done about 4 or 5 loads. Still got probably a couple more dark loads to do. I probably should have put one on before I came out this morning, but it's not a drama. I can still put it on when I get home and get one more done, and then you just leave that last one, and then you ultimately make a decision whether you do it or not. It'd be nice to be up to date, but I don't want everything out still, so we'll wait and see on that. But it's positive, so we've got a lot done. Obviously before we go away. Nothing worse than having washing from before you've gone away, and then you come back with all your stuff, and you've got to do that washing as well, and it's just like a double whammy, isn't it really? So that's why I want to try and get as much done as well. Plus we've got, not that Mum hasn't seen our house before, but she's obviously going to be going in every day as well, looking after the cat. Hi to the shank there. Morning to you. Where are you watching us from? What time is it where you are? Azra, lead on. Good girl. Good. Thanks for a couple of likes already. Come on. Go on, Azra. Azra on the pavement, come on. Good girl. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returnee, you're always welcome. Do make sure you like and subscribe. Does mean a lot to the channel. As I said yesterday, I'll say it again. Another good week this week of subscribing, which has been really positive for the channel. Gets it out there to people. Come on, Azra. As of when I left to come out, five away from 900 subscribers, and then within moving towards the first big landmark, which is 1,000. So I want to get to 900 as quick as possible. The average at the week is sort of 10 to 15, but I think go on, Azra, carry on. Go on, Azra. It's been more than that really, but that's the average all the time at the moment. So if you can help, please do. If you didn't know Azra's story, she's a rescue dog. She was found, unfortunately, in a box at the side of a dual carriageway when she was... Well, we had her when she was 6 months old, so probably, I reckon, 3.5, 4 months. And then we sort of had her sort of story, sort of being brought back up to health and everything else. And yeah, we got her when she was 6 months, so we've had her now coming up. Oh, it's her birthday, beginning of May. She's a Star Wars dog, May the 4th. She'll be 5, and we'd have had her since 4.5 years approximately in October. So yeah, she's a good girl. She still does worry about cars. That's life, isn't it, unfortunately? Morning to you, Kev. This is what we do every morning, but we are doing our morning stroll. We have to get early, me and Azra, because of work commitments. So I'm out every morning doing our stroll. I don't think it's going to be the long stroll this morning. We're probably going to do the medium long, and the reason for that is if I overdo it too much with the long strolls, I really suffer in my knee and hip. So I have to be really careful. Go on, Azra. I have to be really careful, and especially with going away at the weekend as well. I don't want that to be feeling rubbish. And I intend to do a live stroll every day we're away. Apart from Sunday, I won't have time to do it that day, because that's when we're travelling. So from Monday to Friday probably, we're going to be doing a live stroll. There'll be the travel vlog series as well. So even though we won't be out with the lovely Azra, there'll be still lives going on of where we're going. Keep an eye on the channel for more information. There is a bit of information on there. I put a little countdown on yesterday. When we went on the cruise last year, I did a countdown from 50 days. It was just such hard work having to change the concept art sort of every day, with the countdown. I thought I'm not doing it quite as much as that. I didn't mean to leave it this shoot, to be fair. Probably was going to do about a 10-day countdown or something like that. So yeah, that's life, isn't it, really? Anyway, keep an eye on the channel and the community. I will be putting a little post out as to hopefully when things are going to be coming out. And if you subscribe and hit the bell, you'll know. Bearing in mind where we are, next week will be an hour ahead of the UK. So I need to keep an eye on that really, and not come out too early, or sort of come out at the time that normally we would be doing it here. So, but I also intend to relax and have a bit of a line. So we'll wait and see. Wait and see on that. Not going to worry. Go on, Azra, lead on. It is also James's birthday when we are away. That's a nice little celebration to have with her. I've already booked us a nice meal. at one of the restaurants along the front, and I explained what it was for, and I said I want your finest table, and I've seen lives of it already, so I do know they got some better tables, and I explained what I wanted. So hopefully we won't get let down. Go on, Azra. Every so often it's just nice to pause and listen to the bird song, isn't it? I think, anyway. I mean, you can see how light it's becoming. Like that's even earlier than it was yesterday. I mean, yesterday was a miserable day weather-wise. So, yeah, it didn't really help. Come on, Azra, lead on. It didn't really help with the weather yesterday, but you can see how light it is becoming. I mean, I could probably turn the torches off in the next 10 minutes. I won't do it yet because it is still dark enough that I can see on the camera that it's dark. Normally the camera is the first sign of good light because it really enhances the light for you guys as well. So what we're going to do is, guys, we're going to get to the end of here, cross over, go around by the cottages, then cut back across the field and then sort of towards home. So a different stroll this morning. We did this one probably Thursday last week. We do try and keep it the same sort of routine relatively, and weather permitting, obviously. So, and you'll see a little bit more when we're over the fields because, of course, it'll be a bit lighter this week than it was last week. And remembering, guys, as well, if you're in the UK, the clocks do jump forward 1 hour on Sunday night, 1 a.m. So when your phone supposedly hits 1, it would actually be hitting 2. And I need to keep an eye on that more than anyone because we're actually staying at a hotel on Saturday night near to the airport, and it seemed like a complete waste of money, really. But because of a voucher we had from when we went to Euro Disney and the craziness that happened there, it only cost me 20 quid. So I just thought I'd rather be close to the airport and have to get, especially James, out of bed and get him moving. He's a nightmare in the mornings, even worse than his mother. So I thought to myself, let's be closer. I spoke to Julie about it and she said, I think that's a good idea, as it's not going to cost very much. It wouldn't be the normal what I would do when it's a close airport like Stansted for us. Obviously when we go to America later on in the year, we are staying at Heathrow, hotel at Heathrow the night before, but A, that's further away, B, you don't want the problems in the morning, and C, we've got an early flight. So yeah, there's a lot of pros for just staying the night before, and a lot of people now are doing it if you've got an early flight. I think the reason people do it is A, to start your holiday that bit earlier, and B, it takes away all the stress on the travel day if you're already at the airport or within the airport for proximity. We did it when we went on the cruise last year as well, actually. And I just think, as I say, if nothing else, just takes away all the stress on travel day. But it's extra cost, isn't it? So some people think, yeah, good idea. Other people will think not so, because it's just adding more cost on, and I get it. Especially in the world we live in at the minute where costs are going up. It's just another thing, isn't it? But it's all about convenience and individuals and whatever. So that is what we'll be doing. So we've got this one tomorrow and Saturday. They're the 3 live strolls left with Azra until Easter Monday. And then she and her brother Ralph will be going into the dog sitters on Saturday morning quite early. Once I finished taking Mum to sort her hair out, then the dogs go into the sitters. Saturday is relatively calm, just getting everything ready, no stress. And then we'll probably leave mid-afternoon, something like that. Get to the hotel, because you can check in from 3. Dump your stuff off, just chill out. Maybe go out and get some dinner somewhere. There's a few places around there to eat. Come on, Azra. Go on, lead on. Lead on. You're going to the loo. You sure this time? And then, as I say, well, you know, we can get an early night, whatever, and then sort of crack on. So, sorry, just sorting this wretched bag out again, guys. Sorry about that. I'm gonna crack on. Yeah, so that is the plan. On Saturday, we've then got to be at the airport at 3 a.m. on on Sunday. Now, you might say, whose crazy idea is it to travel that early? And it is a ridiculous time, and I certainly wouldn't choose to do it. But the flight goes at 6. We'll be there within a couple of hours. So if everything goes to plan, we'll be at the hotel by lunchtime on Sunday. And then we've got the afternoon on Sunday sort of to have a chill out, have a little bit of an explore, nothing too sort of strenuous. And then you can really sort of start your holiday sort of the Monday to Saturday. And then sort of go from there, really. So I don't mind sort of an early flight, but it does feel like it's very early to be getting up. But yeah, they're the plans. Got a few things planned on Monday, not a lot, but that'll be the first sort of day we're there. And what I'll do is probably do my live in the morning, and then with Julia and myself, or all 3 of us, all go out for a nice walk from where I've explored in the morning, because I'll have a bit better idea in my head, and show you the whole area, and hopefully in its beautifulness. Hopefully the sun will be out. Maybe stop at 1 or 2 bars, who knows, see how we feel. And then chill out. Tuesday is market day, so that's an early-ish start, really. So I'll get up and do my live, and then we'll vlog the market and all that entails. So again, that's planned. Tuesday is also James's birthday. The next day is James's birthday. So we'll just have a nice easy day. Hopefully it'll be warm, sit out, chill out, catch some sun, whatever James wants to do. Got the meal booked in the evening. Wednesday, going into Palma. So we're either going to get a taxi or the bus or a taxi, whatever. Then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, nothing planned. So, again, it's an important mix to sort of have bits and pieces to do, because I enjoy sort of being able just to chill out and lay out, sit out in the sun, whatever. But it is important to do some things when you go to places, I think, as well. So, and you do find some places sometimes when you go and explore yourself. You do go and find places that you wouldn't normally find as a tourist. I find we certainly did that when we went on the cruise last year. Not necessarily in Mallorca because we did a tour, but when we went to Ibiza, definitely. Cartagena as well, we did that by ourselves after the little trolley train ride we did. So yeah, we did do a bit of exploring, and I do think you do learn a lot more as long as you can do it safely. And I think that's the key, isn't it? In some places, as long as you can be safe doing it, then feel free to explore if you feel confident to do so. And then we travel not as early. Well, I think we'll probably have to be up as early because I think our flight is around about 10 o'clock. I don't know the exact time, I can't remember. On Easter Sunday, believe it or not, guys. Yeah, mad. I mean, if all goes to plan, we'll be home and we'll be back into Stansted around lunchtime, and then be home sort of early afternoon. That is the plan. We have paid for the valet park as well, so we haven't got faff around getting the coaches to the car park and all that nonsense as well. So hopefully that's going to be pretty smooth. So yeah, that's sort of a rough idea of what we're doing. Hopefully some of you will come along for the lives and obviously the travel series. I don't know exactly when the travel series is going to be coming out, and the reason I say that is I don't know what the internet's like. Because it's a reasonably relaxing holiday, I don't mind doing the editing. I can do that whilst I'm chilling out. It's quite an easy thing to do. But no, it's funny, I was listening to people actually that I follow on YouTube just last night actually, and they were talking about going to America. Sunrise over there, guys, you can begin to see it. And they were talking about going to America, and obviously they vlog a lot, and they were talking about they find it quite stressful, not the vlogging when they're in America, but it's the editing and the expectation from people that they edit and get the vlogs out when they're there. And my honest advice is, for what it's worth, do what you feel comfortable doing. So if I am able to get vlogs out when I'm in America later on in the year and next year, I will. But if I can't, there's no stress here. They'll come out. They'll come out when we get back. And it's great to, I find editing and watching back the memories is the best thing, if I'm honest. You know, because that's what the YouTube channel is for. A, is to share with you guys, but B, it's for memories to look back on, you know. And whether it be myself and Julia, or James, whatever, or potential grandchildren, you never know. You know, they can have a look back and look at the channel and say, oh, they did this, they did that. You know, so that's what it's about. It's about making memories. And I think as long as you don't take it too seriously, there's a lot of people out there that take YouTube far too seriously. You know, it's a business for them, isn't it, I guess. And I think that is the important thing. It is a business for some people. For me, it's just a hobby, and will always be a hobby. I can't do sort of proper vlogs every day. The live I'm doing because I'm out, and I love talking to people, and that's sort of why we do this. I didn't see that last comment come in. Let's Go Biking, hi to you. I don't know if you're still on. I'm sorry if I've missed you. I do like to acknowledge everybody, so I apologise for that. It was quite a frosty night. I don't think it actually went below 0, but it's pretty close to. And before I came out, I did notice that Julia's windscreen is definitely frozen. So no doubt mine will be. I do get a little bit more shelter where mine is. So I just have to wait and see when I leave for work. I'm not worried about it at the minute, that's for sure. Got another 2 hours before I leave for work. Hi Rabar, how are you? Where are you watching us from? What time is it where you are? This football pitch here, which you can't really see at the minute, they use the roll on roll off goals. We've got one more game on our home pitch this season. One. The other 4 are away that have either been cancelled or rearranged fixtures because of the weather or whatever else. ITZ. I'm not up with the kids, obviously. What does ITZ mean? Okay, so you're a couple of hours ahead. Excellent. Well, it's lovely to have you on, watching. You know, we get people watching from all over the world, and that's the best thing for me, talking to people from all around the world. I love talking to people. But to be talking to different sort of nationalities and stuff like that, it fascinates me. It always has. So thank you for joining up and having a chat. Is it warmer than here where you are? Currently 2 degrees here. So you've seen a little bit of the greenery this morning. Once we start getting these mornings properly light, we will be doing mostly fields rather than the residential areas. You know, it's just more enjoyable for everyone rather than looking at concrete jungle, isn't it, I think? Me personally, anyway. All these sights and smells for Azra just Smith. Come on, Azra, lead on. People tune in to watch you, not me. Probably put me on mute. I don't know what happened to my tracksuit bottoms this morning, guys. I don't know where they've gone, whether they've gone into the wash by mistake. It doesn't matter anyway. So I just put me work jeans on this morning to come out. Not going to get another pair of trackies dirty this week now. But Lord knows what happened to those. Here comes Azra. Come on, Azra, let's lead on. So now I'll give you a bit of geography if you've been with me before. So if we look as far as we can, Azra, if we look as far as we can go down there, that's where we come out the wooded area when we do the Sunday stroll, and when we also crossed over the A10 on Sunday when we did the longer live stroll. And obviously now we're heading back down towards the high road, so got a few comments coming in. And I read them all, sorry, the screen went blank and then came back on again. So currently 5:30 a.m. here in the UK, and as I say, it's a bit of a chilly one, although I am warmed up now. We've been out half an hour. Come on, Azra. And I think as we're doing well for time, I might extend the Stroll. I don't know, because I've got to do another wash when I get home actually, so maybe I won't. So hopefully you guys enjoy the little taster of our little village in South Cambridgeshire. We try and chat about everything and nothing, within reason of course. Sometimes the conversations go deep, sometimes they're just very, very playful. Depends on what we're talking about. Had someone on last week, and I hope they don't mind me saying it. They were getting a bit of grief at school, and having been through that in my younger days, I resonated with it, and I did sort of feel, quite sorry for them, and I sort of gave them some advice as to what I would do at the situation. It's sometimes easy when you've been through it to say these things, and it's not easy at the time to deal with it, but it is important that you do try and put people in their place as much as you can, otherwise it will never stop. Unfortunately, it is a horrible, horrible thing, bullying, and it happens at any age, not just when you're a child. It can be when you're an adult. Come on, Azra, let's go. Go on, lead on, good girl. So yeah, things like that do resonate with me a little bit. But we do try and keep it as light-hearted as possible, for sure. So again, if you've been with me before, you'll know we do have the option where that car is directly in front. We have the choice, we can either do a left there, which sort of extends a little bit, or we go straight on towards the high road. We are going to go straight onto the high road. I've forgotten briefly that I want to try and get another wash done before I go to work. No. Come in, good girl, lead on. There was a dog on the other side, guys, if you heard Azra having a bit of a whinge. She always wants to go and say hi, but she just gives it overzealous. Plus that geezer is always miserable, never wants to speak in the mornings. I tried many times last year with him, just being polite, morning, how are you, that sort of stuff. Nothing. So I don't bother anymore. And that's unlike me, because you know how I feel about rudeness. Makes me very angry, guys. Manners cost nothing, and if you've been brought up the right way, you would know that. But also when you get to a certain age, you should know what's right and wrong anyway, so you should still have common courtesy. So what I'm saying is, guys, there's no excuse for it. People coming and going all the time, so welcome this morning. We are getting towards the end of this live. We've been out over half an hour now. We've done a nice scenic stroll. We'll be out again tomorrow, similar time, out about 5. Then on Saturday will be a bit later, probably around 6ish. And then, as I've said already, that will be the last one this week before Azra goes into the sitters for when we go away. She's going to go into the sitters with her brother Alf. You may have seen him on Sunday, on the Sunday stroll. If not, check out the live Sunday stroll. Probably about 10 to 15 minutes before the end, I reckon, he sort of comes in with the lovely Julia and another third of the Jay's family clan. And I wonder when we do the travel vlogs this time whether James will be any more sociable than he was when we did the cruise. He doesn't like the camera, guys. He really doesn't. So whether he'll be any more sociable. Where are we going? We do this every morning, guys. This is our live stroll around the village. What you have to do when you've got a dog, take it out for a walk. And I bring you guys with me as well. So where am I going? Nowhere in particular, just a big circle towards home. What we done mileage-wise this morning? 1.8 miles so far. That's not bad actually, guys. Normally the long stroll is only 2.1, 2.2 depending. So it's not a lot of difference doing the medium long to the long. And the longer is even further, more like 3 miles. Come on, Azra, lead on. So we are on the homeward leg now, guys, so another couple of minutes. When we get to the top of this road, we'll be calling it a day. Lovely having everyone on this morning again. Quite a few people commenting this morning, so it's been nice. As I said so many times before, when you walk around and there's not a lot going on, that's the worst. Because you just think to yourself, oh. And Monday was a prime example of that. I think Monday was probably one of the quietest days we'd had. And I don't know why Monday in particular is like that, because it seems to be I could build up a pattern. It always seems to be Monday that is the one. One day of the week that is really quiet. And then sort of gradually the week sort of builds up until the crescendo of the weekend, where the weekends are always busy. And of course, you know, a lot of people are at home and what have you. So that's why I guess that is. So, Azra, you going to say goodbye to everyone? Azra. Good girl. Come on, let's go. Right. Enjoy your day, guys, whatever you're up to. And we'll reconvene similar time tomorrow. Cheers, guys.